This paper is about outlining the current framework for countering proliferation finance and looking at some of the gaps and challenges still faced by financial institutions in doing so. We conducted 76 interviews, most of which were with financial institutions. We also interviewed government representatives, law enforcement, financial regulators, and experts on the subject. Our interviews reveal that there are still severe gaps and challenges in countering proliferation finance.
The Financial Action Task Force brought counter-proliferation finance to the table in 2008 with its typology report and in its recommendations in 2012. But little action has been taken to further the global effort to counter proliferation finance in the past few years. So this paper is for the Financial Action Task Force. It's for governments that are meant to implement sanctions and proliferation finance related regulations. And thirdly, it's for financial institutions who continue to be confused as to what expectations are on them and what they should be doing in order to counter proliferation finance.
Proliferators continue to be able to access the funds needed to facilitate flow of illicit goods for nuclear and missile programs. That's a real problem, and it means that counterproliferation finance needs to be a subject that is on our radar. Unfortunately, it falls into major gaps, both in the discussion within the counterproliferation community, but also within the community that's looking to counter threat finance or financial crime.
The paper concludes by making recommendations for Financial Action Task Force, for national governments, and for financial institutions. Firstly, the development of sanctions has overtaken the Financial Action Task Force's typologies on counter-proliferation finance. FATF needs to urgently address and update the guidance it gives to governments and financial institutions. Secondly, many countries still don't impose UN Security Council sanctions efficiently, effectively, and swiftly enough. That needs to change. And thirdly, for financial institutions, tackling proliferation finance is not as simple as imposing UN Security Council resolutions. There needs to be greater understanding of the techniques and the movements of funds that support proliferation finance, including greater use of network analysis and activity-based screening.